Hello, welcome back to another video on CHA's YouTube channel at Consulting the Number 4 Heightened Awareness, where trauma healing and spiritual growth are front and center while combating radio frequencies for healthier living. I got to tell y'all, come on now, narcissists are not healthy. They are very unhealthy, okay? Narcissists are very unhealthy. And, that goes all the way around, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Oh, yeah. All right, and they are unhealthy, and they are very unhealthy to be around. We realize this. They're so negative. They're so pessimistic. They don't have any sense of self. They have nothing better to do but to watch what we up to, right? They ain't got a life. It's crazy, but I see them, the monitoring spirits. And I see the Jezebels popping in on the live streams. And how do I know if the Jezebel's popping in on the live streams? Because they don't hit the thumbs up. That's how. And monitoring spirits ain't going to do that. Yeah, they just monitor it. And that's all they can do is watch. Yeah, it's really, really cool. All they can do is watch us level up and glow up. I chose one. That's it. That's all they can do is watch. So, we leave them where they're at because they are not healthy at all. Wow. When you think of mental health, no, they certainly are not. They got that spiritual wickedness in high places, right? Yeah, that's what we're battling against, spiritual wickedness in high places, not flesh and blood. Remember that. God tells us that for a reason. And having that discernment to be able to tell the difference is so important. And so they think that the physical battle is what we're in. No, they don't realize it's a spiritual battle for the mind, ultimately for the soul. So you have to keep that in mind too, all right? Because that's why God tells us, we don't need to fret or be concerned about those who try to destroy the body, but if they try to destroy the body and soul in hell, that's what you want to be focused on, making sure that don't happen. When Jesus saves our soul, it's now our responsibility to stay sober and vigilant, okay? They get that heightened awareness, so that we don't fall from grace again. Oh my gosh. We fell from grace a lot before God awakened us, of course. And it's in the Bible that, it can happen. And it can still happen again if we're not sober and vigilant. Meaning staying focused, but not walking on eggshells, staying focused in our purpose, walking on the narrow path, but paying attention to even the most subtle red flag of narcissists and the evil. We don't ignore it anymore. No, not at all. Because that unhealthy, narcissism is not healthy. Remember that too. I put that short out for a reason, to remind y'all that there is no aspect of narcissism that is healthy. We got narcissists out here trying to convince people that narcissism is healthy. No, it's not, and so you have to remember, it's very unhealthy. Everything about it is unhealthy. It's evil. There's nothing healthy about evil. So there's nothing healthy about narcissists. And that goes, it's like all the way around, okay? They're not spiritually healthy, okay? They're on the dark side. They're demonically possessed. So, as a fellow warrior, okay, from, her name is Joy, at Pink Girl Teaches. And so I'm going to give credit where credit is due when she refers to the narcissist as demon in meat suits. There you go. Okay, I was like, wow, I couldn't have said it better. But yeah, that's because they're human host of demon spirits. They are demonically possessed. So y'all got to realize we're not the only ones that know this. Okay, listen, chosen one, okay, children of God. We come to understand this better and better each and every day. And so we're going to get up here and we're going to keep exposing the darkness because it is our light that does so. We are to be walking as children of light now. That's what we're doing. And I know that the Jezebel cave study, when she launched her physical assault, she was trying to put a stop to it. But you cannot stop God. See, that's where they mess up too. It's because they're so unhealthy spiritually, emotionally, physically and stuff. They are so unhealthy that they continue to underestimate God. And I've said this before. I was like, that is not a good idea. Do not underestimate the power of God. Because you cannot. Once God's favor is on us, that's it. Okay, when God awakens us, he's like, okay. And we stay in obedience to God. That's it. That's it. The devil and no man can stop what God is doing for his chosen one. And for his chosen one. There is nothing. I don't care what the devil tries to do. Because when he sends these narcissists Remember that, y'all, that it ain't God that sends the narcissist our way. That's from the devil. The devil's the one that sends the narcissist across our path, because the devil is not omnipresent. So the devil had to send those monitoring spirits to try and collect data. Remember that. Okay? Yeah, 1 Peter 5 verse 8, right? Okay, so when you run into one, you recognize that there is a narcissist monitoring spirit. Okay, I recognized just the other day, and he got some, a little bit of interaction, but I made sure I was very intentional with the interaction to not divulge anything that hasn't already been divulged to others out here. Okay, as far as what we are in the process of doing, and that we're taking our time here. Right, we are getting established. We are exploring our options. We are taking our time, because that's what I heard God say. He said, "You here now?" He said, "Listen, the whole point, my goal was to get to Laredo." He said, "Now, sit, sit still, be still, and know that God is God." He said, "But take your time." He said, "We ain't got to rush nothing." Okay, we found a way to get our physical healing. Okay, going, because I'm gonna tell y'all, right on the outskirts of entering into Laredo that day, I heard the Lord loud and clear. Okay, when he said full healing ahead. I said, yes, glory be to God. He said full healing ahead as soon as I hit into Laredo. And I'm gonna tell you, God don't lie. Okay, God does not have a reason to lie. And when I say healing, I'm talking about the physical. My autonomic nervous system got re-traumatized during the physical assault. I didn't, but my inner child did. So it takes a little while. Bruises heal, and it takes a while. Especially, you got to know where they're at. So you can self-care. And that's what we've been doing in this season. And so camping outdoors has provided not just the fresh air we need, but just lessons that we've learned along the way about how simple life really is. It does not have to be complicated, and it certainly does not need to be unhealthy. See, living a complicated life unnecessarily is very unhealthy. Think about that. It'll stress you out. Narcissists are very unhealthy because they will stress you out. They stay stressed out. They want you to be stressed out. They want your ANS to be stressed out, because that leads to muscle tension, which in turn leads to slowing down circulation. And so this is why we have the movement combating radio frequencies for healthier living, because it's all about becoming aware of our inner child, that autonomic nervous system, ANS, and how it's responding to these things. Because once we become aware of that, and we bring our inner child back into the present, it grows and heals once again, and that's it. It cannot be re-traumatized again. Think about that. Because when you are reconnected in mind, body, and spirit, chosen one, that is emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, okay, the only thing, because the narcissist think it's a physical battle, the only thing the devil had left was to try and attack my physical body, because he targets our health. But see, before all of that, I knew about radio frequency poisoning and excess salts. I knew about metal toxicity, because I had to get a master's degree in forensic toxicology to go with this ministry. God had us do that exactly for that studying of the metal toxicity, so that we have this movement and we become aware and we educate and we come together, iron sharpening iron, with healthier decisions, healthier eating, for healthier living, okay? And being frugal with our frequencies and things like that, and just kind of really knowing, okay? I mean, you got to get God's wisdom, right? It's all wisdom based, okay? And that's very healthy, getting God's wisdom. The narcissists are very unhealthy. They will never get God's wisdom, because remember, they don't have access to him, okay? He cut access off, okay, when they decided to develop the entitlement mindset. Remember, it is a spiritual battle for the mind. And your heart and soul reside in the subconscious mind. That's another reason why we're big on purging that subconscious mind. Because your mind had to be renewed. You have to unlearn a lot of old stuff, old belief systems. You have to unlearn a lot of lies that we've been told our whole lives. Okay, about how we're supposed to live, about our health. Okay, oh, that's just a radio frequency poisoning symptom. Let it roll. Let your body detox. You'll see within 24 hours it goes away. All right, don't be going to get, I'm just telling you, okay, we got more of that coming, and we've got a lot more of that on our Patreon membership channel. Y'all can unlock access to exclusive content, okay, all about the spiritual battle and more. personal testimonies, case study results, and a lot more about the radio frequency. And we have our digital product line that we're building over there for y'all. I highly encourage y'all to check it out, okay? The link is in the video description below for quicker access. And you can click on the shop tab of the Patreon channel. And don't forget, you can become a free member to test the waters first, because that'll give you access to the previews of the content that we post. Plus, I do put up short videos from time to time for the public, okay, for the free, just to give y'all a glimpse of what goes on behind the scenes. And when you become a paying member, you will unlock access to the Truth Analyzer Patreon podcast. Ooh, okay, I bring you a whole lot more of God's revelation. So when you join us on the Patreon membership channel, what you're doing is you're opening the screen door to my house, and you're coming into my world. See, right now on this YouTube channel, you're on the front porch, you're looking through the screen. But on the Patreon membership channel, you actually get to come on in. All right, because we are on this journey together, chosen one, in God's reality. I will keep bringing you more of God's spiritual truth and basic scientific facts and the revelation that God reveals to us about our inner child, so that you can become more aware of how yours is responding to external stimuli and internal stuff that goes on because of that external stimuli. Yep, all about that heightened awareness. For more information, insight, and other great stuff, you can check out these videos right here. Sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your continued support. Till next time, we'll show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father, and you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.